Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting video I have been requested a few times by you guys, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my polygel nails. Now I'm going to start off with prepping my nails. I'm going to push back my cuticles. I know a lot of people are kind of squeamish when it comes to doing this kind of a thing, so you can just skip it, but if you can actually manage to do it to yourself, and it's not as bad as most people think, then it does make your nails last a hell of a lot longer. At least that's what I find. So I'm just going to push back my cuticles, and I will let that do a little time lapse while I do that. So now what I'm doing is just taking the opposite side of my cuticle pusher, and I'm just scraping away any sort of dead skin that the cuticle pusher has taken off, or anything that's just sort of left over on my nails. I'll just scrape away with the opposite side of the pusher. Once I've finished scraping all of the dead skin off of my nails, I then go on to get my cuticle cutters, and this is the part where I suppose you have to be really quite careful, as you will, cut yourself if you're not careful, and just lightly cut away at my cuticles, just to that raised dead skin that the cuticle pusher has pushed back. So now that my cuticles are all pushed back, cut and prepped, I'm now just going to prep the natural nail and just file away at the nail just very, very lightly, just to take away the shine on my nails so that the polygel has something easier to grip to, and the nails will last quite a bit longer. When I'm finished filing my nails, I will then just take a cotton pad with some 100% pure acetone on it just to clean away any of the dust that is on my nails, and also to dry them out before I apply my base coat for the polygel. This is the Polygel nail kit that I'll be using. It is the Mowbray Polygel nail kit that I got from Amazon. It comes with everything that you will need to get started with your nails. It comes with 6 Polygel nails, the jewel forms, a top coat, a base coat, the slip solution, and a UV/LED little lamp that comes with the kit as well. It also comes with a nail file and the brush that you use to move the slip solution around. So this is the base coat that I'm just going to be applying all over my nails. Just a fairly light layer. I don't want anything to be too thick, and I will do that on all of my nails, and then I will cure it under that LED UV lamp for roughly about 60 seconds. So I'm going to be taking this clear nude polygel colour from my kit, and I'm going to be putting that on this finger, this one, and my pinky as well. And then on my ring finger and my thumb I intend to do a accent with this clear colour from the nail kit as well, and I'm also going to be using these glitters just to put within that clear polygel, and this is the jewel form that I'll be using from the kit as well. Just size them to the size of your nail from side wall to side wall. I'm going to take a little bead of the clear pink colour, and I'm just going to scrape that out onto the jewel form. And then I'm going to take my brush with a little bit of slip solution, and I'm just going to pat that out so that the entire jewel form is covered from edge to edge, and try not to have anything spill out over the sides, but you just want to have it quite even, no big lumps and bumps, and just even it out and flatten it. And you want to make sure you have plenty of slip solution on your brush, as otherwise the polygel will be very difficult to move with, and it will stick to your brush and clump it up quite a lot. Now what you want to do is just lightly push that jewel form onto your nail. Not too much pressure, otherwise a lot of the polygel will seep out of the sides. If it does, which usually with a light pressure it does anyway, just dip your brush in some of the slip solution and then just go around the edges and just lightly clean up any of the polygel that slips out, and smooth the underside as well so that none of the polygel is touching the skin on your finger. And then what you want to do is just cure that in the lamp for roughly about a minute and a half, and you also want to cure the underside for at least 60 seconds, otherwise that will just get quite sticky as well. So once you have all of that cured, what you want to do is just pinch the sides of the jewel form and then shimmy it from the top, and it should just pop right off of the nail, and voila, you have your nail underneath. Obviously it needs shaping and filing, but so far this is what it should look like, and it looks pretty good as it is. I think it doesn't look too bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go away and do my other 2 fingers, and then I will be back with you guys in just a second. So this is what the nails are looking like. Now I did actually make a bit of a boo-boo, and I accidentally did the ring finger instead of my middle finger. So what I'll do is I'll do my middle finger and my thumb as the accent instead, as it won't really make much of a difference. I'm just going to go in with the clear from Polygel, and I'm going to do the exact same as I did with the other colour, and just take a bead of that and just scrape it out onto the jewel form that I have sized for this specific finger. And then I'm just going to take my brush with a little bit of slip solution on it, and I'm just going to pat that clear all into the jewel form and make sure that it's smooth and even, and it is going from each side of the jewel form to each side. And I want to try not to get as many bubbles as possible in the polygel, but sometimes it can happen, but it is relatively easy to fix and sort out. So once I have all of that flattened out, I'm just going to take my tweezers and this pink little butterfly from my glitter sets, and I'm going to lay my jewel form down, and I'm just going to then take the tweezers and lay that butterfly onto the polygel just so that it sticks onto it. And then with the top of the tweezers, the tip of it, I'm just going to push that butterfly or the glitter down into the clear polygel so that it pushes it right to the top of the nail. And then I will take these holographic stars from the kits as well, and I'll do the exact same, lay it on the polygel and then push it right into so that the stars and the butterfly can be seen from the other side. Now all of these nails won't be the same, and I will just continue to put these into the polygel until I'm happy with the way that it is looking. So now that I am happy with how the glitters look in the polygel, I will just do the same, and I will pop that nail down on top of my natural nail, and I will push it back to the cuticle just ever so lightly. I will clean up around the edges and of course the underneath, and then I will cure that in the lamp as well for roughly about 1.5 minutes on the underneath as well. And then once it's all done, again you squeeze the sides of the jewel form and then shimmy it to pop it right off, and honestly that is like just so satisfying to do. And that is the finished nail. Now I had planned to do my thumb on camera, but my camera actually cut out for some reason. But here are the nails completely done, and now we move on to filing. So at first I just used this purple nail file. I don't really know what grit it is, as it just came in the kit. So I'm just going to lightly go around my nails with this nail file, and it didn't really do much for them, to be honest. I do end up swapping over to a better nail file later on, but this sort of just buffs the sides out a little bit so that there's no lumps and bumps around the edges, just in case any of that polygel did seep out onto the sides that I didn't catch with my brush. And then I just go on to file around sort of the cuticle area of my nails, just with a very light grit file so that I don't end up cutting myself, and just buffing the surface out of any lumps or bumps that I have on my nails. So once all the filing's done, again I'm just taking a cotton pad with some pure acetone on it, and I'm just taking away any of the powder or dust that has fallen from filing my nails just before I put that top coat on. So these are the nails without the top coat. So far so good. The shaping of them is looking quite nice so far, and I'm just going to go and put the top coat on. So this is the top coat from the kit that I will be using, and as the same I will just pop a light layer over each of the nails, and I love how much clearer that clear looks from the kit with this top coat over it. And I'll just do the same with all of my nails. I will just put a fairly light layer all over each of the nails, and then I will cure that in my lamp for roughly about 60 seconds. So these are the finished nails. I really love how they turned out, and honestly Polygel is one of the easiest ways to do your nails at home during quarantine. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.